In this video, we'll cover the basic steps for installing a FloLogic system. The FloLogic system works by detecting plumbing leaks as they begin, as small as 1/2 ounce per minute, no matter their location within a plumbing supply. No other flow-based leak detection system offers this level of precise detection. FloLogic catches leaks by seeing water that flows continuously for an abnormal period of time, based on the user preferences and the occupancy of the property. When leaks are detected, the water is automatically shut off and the users receive an alert through the app. The FloLogic valve is installed in the main water supply line near the property entry point. In many locations, this will be in a basement, crawl space, or mechanical room. In some homes, the access point may be outside of the home. The FloLogic valve assembly is rated IP68 for outdoor installations. Just be sure the power supply, control panel, and connect module are protected from the elements. In accordance with fire code, automatic water shutoff valves must be installed downstream of a fire suppression water line. On property with a municipal supply or community well, the FloLogic valve should be installed after the meter and the pressure-reducing valve, and a check valve needs to be in place. If there is no check valve or backflow preventer, one must be installed to eliminate pressure fluctuations from the supply, which can result in small movements of water that are recognized as water flow by FloLogic's sensitive flow sensor and can result in nuisance alarms. When installing a check valve on a property with a tank water heater, a thermal expansion tank needs to be present. On a well installation, the FloLogic valve gets installed after the pressure tank. This ensures the FloLogic valve sees all flow in real time. On a well installation, it's also best to install FloLogic after a sediment filter to protect the flow sensor from accumulating deposits. If there is an irrigation system or water treatment system with a backwash cycle, install the FloLogic downstream of these systems to ignore their long flow times, or you can install FloLogic before or upstream of them and integrate them. These integrations create automated communications between the devices and FloLogic, establishing a smart plumbing ecosystem and avoiding false alarms. See the FloLogic system installation instructions or integrations video to learn more about making these connections. Turn off the supply and drain the pipes. Cut the pipe and install the valve according to the dimensions noted in the installation instructions. 1-inch valves connect to the female 1-inch NPT transition fittings. 1 1/2 inch and 2-inch valves have brass sweat fittings matching the valve size. The valve can be oriented vertically, flowing up or down, and horizontally in an up-facing or down-facing orientation. While the FloLogic system valve assembly is rainproof, in outdoor installations, it's best to cover it with a valve box as an added layer of protection. The valve assembly should never be submerged in water. The communication and power connections from the valve cannot be exposed to the elements. Connect the communication cable to the black connector on the FloLogic actuator assembly. Connect the other end to the Wi-Fi module on the right-hand port, then connect the local control panel from the left-hand port using the connector cable. Connect the battery to the power supply and plug it into a 120-volt outlet. Then connect the power cable to the red connector on the FloLogic actuator assembly. Upon powering up, the valve should auto-exercise. FloLogic has local control that works independent of a Wi-Fi connection, allowing you to test the installation using the local control panel. Trigger a leak alarm to test. Push the Away Mode button on the Wi-Fi module or control panel. The Away mode has a default flow time allowance of 30 seconds. Run water and ensure a full automatic shutoff. The Disable button silences the beeper, and Home button turns the water back on. In most cases, the property owner or manager is the best person to provision the Wi-Fi module for app-based control. To set it up for the customer, download the FloLogic app and set up an account. Then log into the app, and follow the Add a Device instructions. FloLogic's Connect module must connect to a strong 2.4 GHz band Wi-Fi signal. Note that whomever sets up the FloLogic Wi-Fi module will by default be a device owner. You can invite the client as a device owner and disown the device to permanently hand it off. See the FloLogic Connect setup instructions or video for full instructions. With the installation complete, you can customize the settings if needed. Note that the default home flow time allowance is 30 minutes, the default away flow time allowance is 30 seconds, and the default flow sensitivity is 2 ounces per minute. Refer to the FloLogic installation instructions for more details and technical information about the installation and programming process. If you have questions in the field, don't hesitate to call FloLogic for support at 877-356-5644. We are here to help make smart leak control a successful part of your business. This completes the installation of a FloLogic system.